So, building a bench takes time and energy on your part. I'd love to hear you talk just a little bit about like what you've seen as the value of building your bench of subcontractors and what have been some of the challenges in building that bench.
The African proverb, right? Like if you want to go far, go with company. I mean, so if you guys visit my website, which I'm still working on, I made it a point to include all of the teammates that I subcontract with on my website. There are two reasons for that. One is because it exposes them, but two, it's also because it shows a much more diverse array of services that I offer through my team, right? And so one is that, if you have more expertise in your team, you're able to cover more of the needs of your clients. Two, I like to ensure that my subcontractors also mirror my prioritization for creating opportunities for people of color and for minorities and for women. And so I like to ensure that I diversify and include that in what I have control over, which is sometimes we have more control over who we subcontract there or who we subcontract with than than the clients we have, right? And so that's another value, is being able to have control over your tribe and the tribe you create.
I know I've struggled a lot with, and I'm curious if others have too, but this myth of scarcity of like, when we're constantly having to find our next contract, you don't know when it will come or how much it will be. And you're kind of squirreling away your nuts for the winter, but never know when you're going to need to actually eat those versus not. And so just curious how you have been able to kind of overcome that myth of scarcity in order to, share the abundance with subcontractors.
Yes, this is going to sound really funny, but I told you guys my context before I started, right? So you got two hands. You got to trust your own abilities. Like I spent 7 years out of my 22 years in this country as an undocumented immigrant waiting for political asylum. I'm so glad for those 7 years, you guys. I was a waitress. I cleaned houses. I sold cars. I worked at a produce stand. Nobody could clean a house like me, right? And I say all that with pride because today I have this business that I love. But the way that I can address the fear of scarcity is that I got two hands and I'm a great waitress. So at the end of the day, I can always figure out a plan B and get back on my feet. I couldn't agree more. And I think the one quick example I'll give you guys in closing is I think it takes boldness to sort of attract business. And here's the example I'll give. I decided that I wanted, as a true person who's moved to Colombia and just doesn't want to work all of December, that I wanted to end all of my contracts towards the end of November because I didn't want to work in December. I was tired. And so I actually navigated my contracts in a way so that the month of December, they're all sort of either ending or slowing down. And that caused a lot of fear for me, by the way. It doesn't mean I'm not afraid. I was super afraid that like, what is it going to mean come January? And in the last 2 weeks of October, I was able to, I had clients reach out to me about possible contracts. And my response to them was, I'm actually taking the month of December to be with my loved ones. Every single one of those opportunities is waiting for me to start on the 1st of January. And so I was bold enough to sort of prioritize my health and my well-being, but I was also bold enough to put off an attitude of abundance to my clients, right? And I actually think that my clients positively responded to that and said, oh no, we actually want you enough to wait for you until January. Obviously, when they said that, I was like, oh, wait, gracias a Dios, right? Like I don't get to like beauty walk away. So it doesn't mean we don't get to be scared when we're doing it, but we do got to fake it till we make it a little bit sometimes because we are businesses and it does mean we got to sell ourselves in that way also. So yeah, for sure.